Dear students, so today we will learn how the vector quantities are added. So there are two methods of addition of vectors. One is the triangle law and another is the parallelogram law. So let's first discuss about the triangle law of vector addition. Triangle law of vector addition. Suppose a person moves from point A to point B. Suppose this is the point A and person moves to this point B, then this AB vector will represent the displacement of the person from the point A to point B. Thereafter, the person moves from the point B to the point C in this direction. So, BC vector will show the displacement from point B to point C. So, the net displacement of the person from point A to the point C will be represented by the vector AC vector. This is the initial position, this is the final position. So, AC vector is the net displacement of the person from the point A to point C. So, this is called the triangle law of vector addition, where AB vector plus BC vector equal to AC vector. AB vector plus BC vector equal to AC vector. AC vector is the resultant. It is the net displacement of the person starting from the point A reaching to the point C. So simply or generally we can say that we can add the two vectors triangle law using the triangle law. How? Suppose there are two vectors. This is the vector A and another vector is B vector. Now how to add these two vectors? We have to add these two vectors. Okay. So A vector is given in this direction and B vector is given in this direction, and if we want to add these two vectors, then the A vector, this A vector will be taken as it is. Now the tail of vector B will be added to the head of vector A this way. So these two vectors have been added here. Okay, so A vector and this is B vector. So resultant will be given by this vector. It will show A plus B vector. So the resultant of A vector plus B vector will be in the direction shown in this figure. So this is the way how to add two vectors A and B. We can add two or more vectors in this way. Now let's suppose A vector is this and we want to get A vector minus B vector. It means A vector minus B vector means A vector plus minus B vector. So this A vector will remain as it is, and in order to get the negative of vector B, we have to reverse the direction of this vector. This is B vector, so we reverse the direction, it will become minus B vector. Now these two vectors can be added. How? A vector as it is, this is A vector, and the tail of this minus B vector will be added to the head of A vector. So this is minus B vector. Now this is the initial point, this is the final point. So this will show A minus B vector. So this is the triangle law in which we can add the vectors. So I think there should be no doubt at all how the two vectors can be added. So in a triangle law, the two vectors are added when the one vector is taken as it is and the head of this vector is added to the tail of the other vector. Okay. Now let's discuss about the parallelogram law of addition. Okay, how the vectors can be added using the parallelogram law. So in a parallelogram law of vector addition, if the two vectors A and vector and B vector are taken as the adjacent side of a parallelogram, then the resultant of A plus B will be represented by the diagonal of the parallelogram. How? In the triangle law, we see that the vectors are added, the head is added to the tail of the other vector. But in a parallelogram, there are two vectors, A vector and B vector. But both tails are added here. Clear? A vector is this, B vector is this. Now we have to make a parallelogram. Let's take a vector, A vector, parallel to this vector from this point. So this way, and it will be equal to the magnitude of the vector A. So this is the A vector. In the same way, draw a vector B vector parallel to this way. Okay, so this is the B vector and it is having the magnitude same as the magnitude of this B vector. So we will complete the parallelogram in this case. Now this vector that will be represented by the diagonal of this parallelogram. ABCD is a parallelogram, so in which AC is the diagonal of the parallelogram. So the resultant of this A vector and B vector, that are the co-initial vector here starting from the point A, will be given by the diagonal of this parallelogram. Clear? Actually this is also termed as the triangle law. If we omit this portion, then you can see that this A vector plus B vector, A plus B vector, that is the third side of the triangle. The same way, in a parallelogram, A vector is here, B vector is taken, it is added from the same point, that are the tails of these two vectors. Then the resultant will be given by the diagonal vector, that is the A plus B vector. So resultant of A and B will be A vector plus B vector, and its direction will be the same as in shown in this figure. AC vector is the direction and the magnitude will be the equal to the length of A vector plus C vector, A vector plus B vector. So this is the parallelogram law of addition of vectors. Here we should also discuss two properties related to the vector addition. First is A plus B equal to B plus A. It is also called the commutative property. In the smaller class, in class 8th, you have studied closure property, commutative property, associative property and so on. So A vector plus B vector equal to B plus A. It is called commutative property. Okay, and second, A vector plus B vector plus C vector equal to A vector plus B vector plus C vector. It is associative property that also hold. So commutative property as well as associative property. In the parallelogram law, we can also see the properties A plus B equal to B plus A, and the A plus B vector plus C vector equal to A vector plus B plus C vector. Okay, so it was all about how the vectors can be added. There are two laws, triangle law and the parallelogram law we have discussed here. Now let's discuss how a vector can be multiplied by a scalar. Means multiplication of a vector by a scalar. What would happen then? Multiplication of a vector by a scalar. Okay, let's suppose A vector B is any vector and lambda is any scalar. Then what would happen if we multiply lambda to this A vector? What would happen? A vector is any vector, lambda is any scalar. If we multiply lambda to this vector, then lambda A vector will also be a vector that will be collinear to A vector. Collinear. But its direction may be in the direction of A vector or in the inverse direction of A vector. What does it mean? A vector is this vector Okay, and if we multiply it by lambda, then we will have any vector that is lambda a vector, and its direction may be the direction of the a vector or in the opposite direction of a vector. That depends upon the value of lambda. If lambda is positive, then lambda a vector will be in the direction of a vector, and if lambda is negative, then it will be in the opposite direction of a vector, but lambda a vector is always collinear to the vector a vector. Now what about the magnitude of this vector lambda a vector? That will be equal to lambda multiplied by the magnitude of a. Try to understand. Lambda a vector magnitude means the length of the lambda a vector will be obtained by multiplying the magnitude of a vector to the value of lambda. Let's take practical example for this. Suppose this is the vector a. Now how to represent 2a vector? So suppose its length is this. Now we want to represent 2a vector, it means it will be double and its direction is same as 2 is positive. Okay, so we will have to make this double side vector that is 2a vector here. If we want to make 3a vector, then the same 3 times 1, 2 and 3, it is 3a vector. What about half a vector? Means the same direction, but the length will be just half of this, it is 1 by 2a vector. What about minus 2a vector? Just opposite to this vector. What about minus half a vector? Just opposite to this vector, it is minus 1 by 2a vector. So this way we learned how to multiply a scalar to a vector. So in today's lecture we learned that how to add the vectors using the triangle law, and then after the addition of vector using the parallelogram law, and when a vector quantity is multiplied by the scalar, then this type of vector is obtained. So now in the next video we will discuss about the components of a vector.